Hello again, everybody. Scott Casper, Takedown Media. We continue our coverage of the NWCA All-Star Classic. The releases, they just keep coming out. This one is a big one. At 197, it'll be J'Den Cox from Missouri, the returning national champ. He'll be facing Scotty Schiller from Minnesota at 197. He joins us now. Does J'Den Cox? J'Den, how are you?
I'm very well. How are you, Scott?
I'm good, buddy. You know, this event is just weeks away. We're talking about November 1 at the Palestra in Philadelphia on the campus of the University of Pennsylvania. Are you excited?
I'm excited. It's something to look forward to, but at the same time, I've been, over the summertime, I'm just not trying to change my mindset. I always try to just focus on getting better. This is just to me another match. It's just to sometime just go out and have some fun. It's going to be easy to have fun because it really doesn't count against anything. But I'm glad to just go out there, have fun, and see what happens.
You know, they say once you've won a national championship, the next one should be easier because you've got that monkey off your back. In other words, go out, have a good time. Your Missouri chapter of the National Wrestling Hall of Fame Man of the Year, MAC champion, SEC first year honor roll, which means you're doing really well in school, which you've got to be awfully proud of. I got to believe your parents are really proud of that too.
Oh yeah. My mom was very proud. Actually, that's the first time I think I might have made it once before I've ever made an honor roll for anything when it comes to school. I've always, kind of like struggled in school. I did a lot better my senior and junior year. I've just come a long way from that. But my parents were very proud. I actually took pictures because they put your name up on the wall in the Mizzou wrestling room for like academic All-Americans. And I took a picture of it and I sent it to my mom and my dad.
Well, let me tell you something. I never got close to having my picture on the wall for anything like that. Nothing like that ever. So good job out of you, man. I was a pretty good student, just wasn't real dedicated.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I think one of my teachers said, you'll make something of yourself if you just stop talking. Yeah, they're not living anymore, and I'm still talking. We're talking with J'Den Cox, University of Missouri, the Fighting Tigers, and he's the NCAA national champ at 97. So coming into the season, ranked number one by most, if not all. Do rankings mean much to you?
they mean nothing. They never have. They can't mean anything ever in any situation, no matter what. It's just life itself is unpredictable. So you can't put numbers or anything to life. It doesn't work like that. And anything can happen at any given day. So rankings mean nothing.
So last year with the 38 wins on the season, do you just kind of set those aside and I start from square one? Is that how you look at it?
No, I look at it as because I'm not gonna restart. You can't restart everything because everything you do throughout the year builds up to that 38.
Okay.
Everything you do builds that and builds who you are or builds you as a wrestler. So you can't throw it away. I think it's just there's a job that's not finished, a job that needs to get done, and there's more to pursue. There's more to do, and there's more to go after. So that's how I think when it comes to national.
I've seen you smile before, okay? Matter of fact, you smiled a couple times in this interview already. You've got a winning smile. However, when you put on that singlet, when you go out to represent Missouri, when you go out to wrestle on behalf of your family and all those fans, you have a look on your face that is so studious, that is so serious, that I'm not sure what's going through your head. What is indeed going through your head prior to a match?
Well, the two things I try to do before a match, I always think what my dad used to tell me when I was a kid, and he told me that you have to have fun and do your best. And so I always think that in my head, just have fun and do your best. And then after that, I just try to shut everything down to nothing in my mind. There's nothing at all. No thoughts. It's all, then when I step up, it's all reaction. It's all fluent. It's just graceful. It's just letting it all go.
I love it. I love it. Now, being a national champ at a big football school like Missouri, basketball, etc., do people recognize you as champ?
People recognize me. Shoot, people still don't recognize me as much as they recognize football players. But I mean, I usually get asked, like, "Do you play football?" I'm like, "No." no, I don't. And then like, I have like old friends. I'll be like, J'Den, why didn't you play football? And if you want to know the honest answer to that question, it's I don't like running. So I didn't play football. Um, but no, people recognize me. It's cool to be able to say, oh, I'm the only national champ on campus. People will tell me that all the time. You're the only national champ on campus. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of cool. So it's pretty sweet.
Let's talk a little bit about your what I call international experience. Your 2012 Fargo ASICS national champ at 220 in freestyle. Fargo ASICS national cadet Greco-Roman champ at 215. Has being able to wrestle freestyle, folk style, and Greco so well has that improved your collegiate game quite a bit?
Um, I would say yes, in some aspects, and more so. I think freestyle and Greco more so helped me with controlling the center of the mat, being able to wrestle on the mat, and not having to. Because in high school, I backed up a lot. I would back up and I would back up and I back up and then I'd attack. But I think freestyle and Greco both helped me to learn to attack while coming forward and still keeping position and still be able to be aggressive and being able to circle and then not have to give up ground. So I think freestyle and Greco both helped me with that. I think Greco more than anything helped me with the hand fighting aspect of it a lot too. Um, but I have to give a lot of credit to my coaching in the room on bottom work and top work and on everything. Really being nitpicky with me and helping me and allowing me to grow as an individual as well.
Would Alex Clemson, Joe Johnston, Todd Chevron uh, uh, would they describe you as a guy easy to coach?
Oh no, I wouldn't know that at all. I could ask them right now, but I mean, hey, Coach Smith, am I easy to coach? Yes and no. Yeah, he said yes and no.
That's a typical head coach answer. You have to talk to Alex. Who do you work with mostly on the mat these days? I mean, obviously the room opens up today. Who do you work with mostly on the mats when just going free time?
Free time is usually Willie Miklas. Either Willie Miklas. Sometimes it's Johnny Eblin. I go with him sometimes. Those are on free time. That's usually who I go with. Like if I just say, hey, you want to come up to the room? On practice, I'll go with anyone my size. So anyone that wrestles practically, I've even wrestled a 65 pounder. So from 65 up, I'll wrestle anybody practice.
What's the longest period of time you've gone live?
I think an hour.
A full hour, full on.
Yeah, no, yeah, nope, yeah, definitely. It was an hour because
That's crazy.
we do like, and also we have like routine, like I quit matches, like we put them in. So like you wrestle until the guy quits or until we run out of time for practice. So we have those in our schedule sometimes as well.
What's your favorite part of practice? If you could break out each day or morning and afternoon practice, is there a favorite?
Well, I don't really like morning practice. I just do it. I do it though. I do it and I come in and I work hard. But if I had to choose a part of morning practice I like most, if we lift in the morning, I like lifting in the morning. Um, I don't know, it just makes me feel really accomplished and ready for the day. And then coming in for wrestling practice, I actually really like going over top, mainly because I know it's something that I need to get better at and excel at. So I like going over it, and I like feeling like I like the feeling of accomplishing something. I like practices in which I've accomplished something or I've gotten better at something. Like I know I've gotten better, or I'm going to get better at something.
We're talking with J'Den Cox, obviously no stranger to the weight room. You also played football in high school at Hickman. You were a linebacker. I've seen you hit. I mean, you could take a shot and give one back doubly hard. It's that kind of football mentality. It's a little different than wrestling, but man, still with wrestling, it's your shoulders, hips, everything's got to come into play. Your full body.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But football is so fun. I saw football as like just a sport to play to have fun, not so much to do it like to really get anywhere. You know, I just I just like to hit people. I'm not a violent person. I'm really nice, but I like hitting people. It's just a you know, and that's one of the places you can go where you can physically demolish someone and not have any lawsuits or anything like that. So, you know, I just had fun doing it, and I really liked the team, all-time team camaraderie about it. So,
Okay. Let's talk a bit about the event itself, where you will again face Scott Schiller, University of Minnesota. And there's no love lost between these two teams. You've both been invited to participate in this first of the season event. This is the 49th edition. It'll be held at the Palestra, which literally means House of Wrestling. Have you ever wrestled at the Palestra?
no, I have not. I haven't. It's gonna be fun to see it for the first time. Actually, I've never even seen it.
Is this a bucket list thing? I ask all you guys this question. Is this a bucket list thing? I want to wrestle in the All-Star?
No, because honestly, I'm like really I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but I'm pretty out of it most of the time. I didn't even know this existed until coach asked me to if I
So,
wanted to wrestle in it.
so that's how you found out. Coach asked, "Do you want to wrestle in this event?"
Yeah, I was just more focused on the summer, and then he was like, "You want to wrestle?" And I'm like, "Sure."
You didn't even know who you were going to wrestle, did you?
No, but I did know that we knew like situationally as we went on, like what we wanted, who we wanted to wrestle, and why. You know, we had really good reasons for what we wanted and how we wanted things to go.
Why Scott Schiller? Why would you? Why is he a guy you'd like to wrestle?
One, because I didn't get to wrestle him last year. We've never wrestled him, and I'd like to get to wrestle him before this year. And you know, put the throw like basically all the cards in the deck and just see what we got. And we wanted to see what he had and what we had, and because we're going to be completely different wrestlers at the end of the year. But you know, it'd be good just to wrestle him once. Well, he didn't wrestle Gatson. Probably was going to be asked just because I'm going to see him the week after at the Cyclone Open. So,
Right.
you know, we just didn't want to put that on there. But no, it was just for the heck of it. Hadn't wrestled him before. Like to do it, and you know, I think it'd be really fun. I think we wrestle very differently. We have different styles that I think clash of both of them would make a very interesting match.
If Scott Schiller were sitting here right now, what would you tell him?
What would I tell him?
What would you say to Scott Schiller if he's sitting here right now?
Hi? No, but I'd probably let, you know, if it was about the event, you know, I'd probably just tell him good luck, you know.
But you
Bring,
wouldn't mean it.
Oh no, I'd wish him good luck because I want him to bring everything he's got. I want anyone I wrestle to bring everything he's got because you know, like it's kind of like whenever I went to the World Team Trials this year, and I went 2-2, but I could tell you this honestly, it was the most fun. I could even say it was more fun than nationals. It was the most fun I've ever had because the level of competition was so high, and it not only I felt like I had to step up, but it felt like it was bringing me up. So I would want him to bring his best. I'd want him to bring his best because that's what makes it fun.
The
You know?
biggest difference between the World Team Trials and the Nationals, of course, probably the reason you had less fun at the World Team Trials because I didn't get to interview. You didn't get to interview with me after you won, right?
So I had more fun at the World Team Trials. I had less fun than that. I'd say that the World Team Trials was a lot more fun than Nationals. You know, like yeah, was I disappointed I didn't place the World Team Trials? Yeah.
Yeah.
But the level of competition, what it brought me to, and what it made me have to strive for, and you know, in pushing me, that was made it all worth it. And that's what I want. I want the best competition because that's what makes this fun. You know.
Brian Smith describes you as a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that pretty much the way you were raised?
For the most part.
Yeah, just be a nice guy.
I had brothers that would tie me up in trees and hang. Other than that, I'm a pretty nice kid.
Yeah, I'd say you are. I'm looking forward to seeing you November 1st at the Palestra on the campus of the University of Pennsylvania. And fans, you can too. Join us there, won't you? There are several tickets remaining. We want you to join us there. Easiest way to get ticket information is to visit the University of Pennsylvania website. You can also find out more online just by following this event on Twitter, and it's hashtag at NWCA All-Star. Also look for it at nwcaonline.com. It's easy enough to be a part of this monster event in person. You'll be able to follow along online as well, but Hibiclens, Wrestlite, so many of the great sponsors are putting money where their mouth is. By the way, that hashtag is hashtag NWCAClassic.com. The website to visit is theallstarclassic.com. It's always a pleasure to get a chance to talk to a young man like this. J'Den Cox has been our guest, one of the stars of Missouri. J'Den, any final words from you?
Wish me luck, and hope everyone enjoys the season.
Absolutely. J'Den, good talking with you, man.
You too.
Thanks to Andy Oldenburg, the SID for Missouri, for helping to make this possible. Coach Brian Smith as well. For all of us at Takedown Media, this has been another exclusive with our all-star competitors.